I'm just trying to. This whole show is about helping you, Lisa.
Well, my whole thing is helping you, Jack.
Well, you helped me by bringing in these cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
Where are those from now?
They're from the Williams Bakery and Confectionery. It's in the Brentwood Plaza on Topperwine, and everyone should go there because they will make you any kind of cake pie you want. They have breakfast that's delicious, lunch, and everything is yummy.
Yeah. Hey, I got to ask you, Dr. Ali, because I think you'll have a unique take on this. It was an issue during your campaign that you're Muslim. And you had to essentially campaign not only against your opponent, but also against this fear factor or discomfort or whatever we want to call it. It has some, people have some legitimate reasons to be uneasy. I want to ask you if you are worried that if Egypt chooses the path Doug is fearing it will choose, is that going to make it more difficult for Islam, for Muslims in this country? Because people will be able to say, see, the minute you give them a choice, they choose Sharia law, or they choose an Islamist government, or they choose a theocracy, or they choose to take away the rights of women, or whatever the case may be. In other words, are you worried that Egypt will become a self-fulfilling prophecy for Islamophobia?
I don't think so. I'm not overly concerned that they will become a Sharia or theocratic government.
Surveys indicate a lot of Egyptians favor that.
Surveys being done by the people who don't have a whole lot of knowledge. As you have given me some credit that I have a unique perspective on this, being a Muslim coming from that background, I think we are now creating we are demonizing the Muslim Brotherhood in this country. Nobody has any bad thing to say about them. They just have perceptions that they will do such things. They will do such things just because their name is associated with Muslims. And I think we have to let them, first give them that chance to prove what they want. And now we are forgetting that it is the same people who are throwing up the Mubarak regime. They are not going to be listening to people, whether it's the mullahs or somebody else, and if they don't want it, they know that what needs to be done. So I think let us give enough credit to the Egyptian people, let them choose what they want, and let us not dictate that what kind of government we want, whether it's Muslim Brotherhood or somebody else. Sharia and all that is way too blown up in the minds of the American people. As you will see, as far as I know, being a Muslim, there is not a Sharia government on the planet. There is none.
So you are confident that Egypt is going to essentially reinforce your argument?
That is correct.
The people of Egypt are going to reinforce what you're saying?
Yes, if people are given a full choice, which I believe that they will be given a full choice, they will no longer be dictated as to who they want, and I think they will choose the best thing for them.
Yeah, and whether if it's becomes a Muslim state or not, being a Muslim is not a crime, and it's not a bad thing.
Well,
so as long as the people of Egypt choose, that's what.
That's
That's
a good point, because I know we're up against radical Islamic terrorism, but we can't say our policy is that there won't be any Islamic governments or any Islamic states.
Right.
That's not going to be possible. It's one thing to foil those who would do us harm. It's something else to wish or pretend that there aren't any Islamic people in the world. And so, Egypt may choose that path, and I think you have to wait and see what that path is. I sort of agree with you, Dr. Ali, that I don't make the worst assumptions about this, but I also think that it's possible they will go down that road, or they will test those waters, and I'm just not sure that automatically is a setback for the United States.
Well, eventually they will correct themselves if something needs to be done. As I said earlier, people are people. Deep down there, they want the same thing that you and I want.
And most revolutions don't work out the first time around.
I think
ours didn't.
Yeah.
Ours was also a long time ago.
Now the learning period is much shorter than what it used to be.
That's exactly right.
Again, because of the information age, what we can share. Take a look at. I come from India, for example. Take a look how many miscues we had.
Right.
The British said the same thing about the Indians, that you are not ready.
Right.
That you are divided on language. You are divided on religion. You can't handle freedom. But we did. We did much better than anybody else. So I think let us give all the all the benefit to the Egyptian people and let them check out their own course.
And you know what? I wanted to say something when Jack said earlier that Dr. Ali being Muslim was an issue in his campaign. I really didn't think it was. I think his inability to
for some
That's
maybe,
because you're
maybe.
not an idiot.
But I think it was his inability to have past experience in public policy was the major issue, not he being Muslim. And I think that's rather insulting.
Well,
and I apologize if other people thought
Well,
that.
I think people were making that as an excuse for not voting for me, that past experience was an issue.
Well, Michael, I don't think you can apologize for what I said.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who had no
I don't
experience
apologize
who
for
come in.
saying it because the reason I say it
No, I'm
is
not
because
apologizing
people,
for you, I'm apologizing
people
for
calling to,
No,
well, okay, people calling into this show,
Yes.
and even in the debates we had in this very room,
Yeah.
it was thrown in your face. So
Yes.
you know
Yes.
it was an issue.
Well,
it may not have been the issue.
Yes, in some people's mind, yes,
Right.
of course it was, and it will always be. I mean, just like the other day, David Welch, he said that he doesn't want Joe Strauss just because he's Jew. People, there are that kind of people out there. He also made the same statement that he would not want to have a Muslim person to be running as a speaker.
That's frightening to
Yeah,
me.
yeah. You see, it is frightening.
But there's no point denying that it
Yes,
exists.
yes,
and,
it
and
does
you are
exist.
right
So
to
let me tell
condemn
you
it
something.
and not
I voted
deny
for
it.
you, and I'm a Jew.
Well, there you go.
And you know what? That's because I'm not an idiot.
That fits on a bumper sticker.
Doesn't it?
That fit. Jews for Ali would fit on a bumper sticker.
We are.
very
This
nicely. All
country
right.
is fear factor .10.
All right. Hey, listen. Take good care of that koala bear on your head
Thank you, darling.
and the monkey on your back.
Yeah.
And Lisa Hunt, thank you so much to you, Dr. Ali. Always great to have you on Gang of Four. We hope we can continue to do that.
Well, thank you. I'm very excited about today. Egypt is free, and I will always remember this day that I was discussing on the subject while Egypt became free.
I'm glad we were all together for this. And Michael Shakleford, thanks so much, and good luck in everything you're doing.
Well, thank you.
All right. It's 11:44 on News Talk 550 KTSA.